Thanks for coming to the show, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate
thanks for
it.
having me.
We are recording right now. Yeah, no, you're welcome, man. I've been looking forward to this. We have so much to talk about. 22 years worth.
Oh my god. Again, you're making me feel old.
I'm older than
Thanks,
you,
man.
so I feel a lot older. So.
True.
Anyways, let's start with what are you up to nowadays? I mean, like profession-wise. What do you do? Like I said to you off air, I said, what is your Bruce Wayne?
Well, if not during the day, what I like to do after my day job.
No. Let's talk about first.
Oh.
What is your profession?
Well, I'm in sales,
Yes.
service sales
Yes.
for a garage door company.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there for about 14 years.
Wow.
So
That's a lot
that was
of
by accident, dude. That
Right?
was by accident.
Yeah.
I was just looking for a temp job,
Mm-hmm.
and then they landed me there.
Yeah.
And then I think about 2 months before or after I started,
Mm-hmm.
the department leads,
Right.
they both left. So I kind of got stuck there.
Yeah.
So I had no choice but to kind of step up. And from there, I became the dispatcher, then worked my way up to sales. And then
Right.
after 5 years, so I've been in sales for about 11 years or so-ish.
That's a long time to be selling stuff, dude.
But it's good, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even though I'm in the garage door business,
Right.
I think I sell more of myself.
Right.
And I really cherish those relationships I've made over the years because it worked for me because I was a dispatcher, then now I'm your salesman, and
Mm-hmm.
that relationship has
There's already a connection there.
yeah, there's a connection there. So
Yeah.
they were happy and
Familiarity.
yeah, and I think again because I am sort of outgoing-ish, it kind of helps.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I mean, for a salesman, you just gotta kind of lie your way through it until you make it. So fake it till you make it is what I've been taught. So that's gotten me through, and they haven't fired me yet, so I can't really complain.
You're doing something right.
Something right. They won't let me go.
Or
so.
they think you're doing something right, anyways. But that's not. That's all well and great.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm so happy for you. 14 years to be doing something. That's amazing, man. But I said that, like we said, man. That's your Bruce Wayne. I'm more interested in your Batman. Like, who are you when the 9 to 5 is done?
Man, I'm probably like the most boring superhero you've ever.
I wouldn't say so.
Well, after work, I usually.
Hawkeye's pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. You got that. I mean, when it comes to after work, I do a lot of personal training.
Right.
So, I mean, you've known me for that long, right? So you know how big I was before. So it's become a huge part of me to try to help others.
Right.
So in training in Muay Thai and boxing and seeing how it's helped me, that's what I want to do with others is help them.
Right.
So I've, kind of jumped on everything that I could, either training one-on-ones, group trainings, and all that stuff. So
you train people in Muay Thai? That's what you do now, right?
Muay Thai, boxing.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, can we pop back up? We're going straight to the videos, man. Where is this? This is...
Where did you get that?
This is online. It's on a website called the Weight Loss. That one right there. There's online. Whoa, Z's weight loss story. This is written on the... This is last year. This is someone wrote this about you.
Oh my God. Duh.
Yeah. And
It's my wife's website.
Was it? Wow. This is you.
I didn't know she did that.
This is you, man. Look at you. How
babe.
how much did you weigh here?
265.
265 pounds.
Yeah.
How much did you lose?
Now it's 165, but the most the lowest I've gotten to is 152.
What?
Yeah. But that took a lot of training, dude. Like almost twice a day, 6 times a week.
But I remember the first time I met you, you were
I wasn't that big yet.
You weren't you?
Not that
When
big.
did you you were what, 13, 14 years old when I met you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the chubbiest of us.
Yes,
but
yes.
I didn't get that big until
Right.
I met Grace.
You got big when you met Grace,
Yeah,
as is with people that get married,
right. Again,
So
thanks,
what?
babe.
That's the heaviest your weight is. Weight is 265 pounds,
Probably more, but
right?
the day
That's
I weighed
big.
myself,
Yeah.
it was 265.
And this is like you weren't really watching what you were eating. You weren't doing anything physical or anything like that.
Nope.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. That was, and then I didn't see you for a long time. The last time I saw you, was you still looked like this. You weighed this much,
Yep.
and then I saw you, and you're like, I was like beyond belief. Like, I was shocked. I was like, what? I didn't recognize you. I didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
You probably weighed less than I did when we kind of linked up again.
Yeah.
So what? First of all, what made you decide to just shed all that pounds, man? All those pounds. And
Do you really want to know?
I do.
So every year after I met Grace,
Yes.
I was kind of self-conscious that I was kind of big.
Right.
But I asked her, I'm like, babe, am I big? She's like, no, you're okay.
Right.
Year 2, babe, am I big? No, you're all right. And then it was at Tito Nelson's house for New Year.
just to before you keep going. So when she asked you, were you asking for like kind of just like, kind of like a little boost, or were you really honestly asking?
I was really honestly asking.
Yeah.
I was saying, hey, am I fat? And no, you're all right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the New Year's at Tito Nelson's house, I asked it again, and she's like, am I fat? Yeah, you're fat.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, you're kidding, right?
Right.
No.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it kind of shocked me at first,
Right.
Because I kind of got complacent, right?
Right.
And then
That was harsh.
that was pretty hard.
Cold. That was cold, right?
It was, but I asked for it.
Of course.
And that's when Tito Nelson's son, Nelson,
Right.
kept inviting me for the past year or so to do Muay Thai, and then finally I said, yeah, let's do it. So that year.
He's already been doing it. Like
Oh, yeah.
Nelson's been doing it already. And
Yeah.
because I remember he was also a little bit on the chubby side.
Yeah.
Right? And then he started doing Muay Thai. And
Mhm.
that kind of just turned his life around as well. Which, by the way, Nelson, if you're listening, I'm gonna be calling you one of the days. You're gonna be in this podcast as well.
Interesting.
All right,
I love
but
that guy for it.
he's amazing.
Mhm.
He's turned his life
You
around.
don't want to spar with him.
I heard he kicks
Beat
really
the-
hard.
Beat the crap out of me the first time we held pads for him.
But anyway, so you were this get together,
Mhm.
and he's been asking you for a long time to go sparring with him. Is it?
No, just to try it out.
Just to try it
try.
Was there apprehension because you kept saying no in the beginning, right?
There was, but after the wife said, you're fat, I was like, okay,
Right.
I'll just do it.
Right.
And that's kind of like me like if I say I'll just do it, I will just do it. So I kind of jumped in both feet and weighed myself the night before, 265. And the first class was a shocker. Like it was.
Yeah.
and
Tell us about that.
Well, I think at that time, I smoked still at that time.
Right.
Wife really hated that. And so the
Congratulations, by the way. That was the
Oh.
first. Yeah.
So I went to class, and Nelson introduced me to the instructor at the time was Nick Ring, the UFC fighter.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, hey, cool. Here,
Which club was this, or which,
BDB.
Which gym?
BDB.
BDB,
Yeah.
right.
And at the time it's BDB. Now it's CCMA, but at the time I came in there. He's like, "Hey, now you're gonna be hitting pads with Brad."
First
I'm like,
day?
First day, hit pads. I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure, all right." So I thought it was nothing, right?
Right.
Got my gloves, thinking I can do it, and my first round sucked. It was really bad.
How so?
Well, because it's structured like there's 4 minutes of him barking orders at you, just
Yeah.
doing whatever he needs you to do.
Right.
And then after the 4 minutes, there's 30 seconds of speed drills.
Right.
And then after the speed drills, whether that be a jab, cross, hooks, or whatever, you have power punches and then power kicks.
Okay,
But there's bells.
Hang on, I gotta stop you right there. Like, this is your first day,
My first
no experience at
Nope.
all. No, don't know anything about
Nope.
like the physics of it, the lingo of the
Nope.
sport. and they're throwing you to the wolves pretty
literally,
much.
it was literally, here's one of our best instructors.
Right.
Go, you're going to be with him.
Right. Oh my
all
god.
right. So every time
that would turn a lot of people off, man.
dude.
They would not go back after that.
Well, I think that's what woke me up because after 4 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, there was a bell.
right.
So
right.
signifying that next thing, and every time the bell rang, I kept walking away. He's like, where are you going? We're not done yet. Oh. And he's like, do this. I'm like, oh, okay. So do that. Bell rang again. Oh, like, where are you going? We're not done. I'm like, what? Do it again. And then I only lasted. It was either 1.5 round or 2.5 rounds. And then this is where
pretty impressive, actually.
Well, no. I mean, if there was a video and if you say impressive, then shoot, then
yeah.
But where the realization came was I was out of breath,
Right.
and the one thing I wanted to do was go outside, have smoke.
Right.
I went outside, I had a smoke, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing?
Right.
So, and I just bought that full pack of smokes.
Right.
And it was just that moment like, man, this sucks.
Right.
So I threw it away.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish that class, but I kept coming back, and I got hooked.
Yeah.
And just kept going every week, 3 times a week, hitting pads. And that's where it started for me, was pads. A lot of people start with like the beginner's class.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got thrown in the fire, but I think that is what I love doing now, is hitting pads.
Right.
Because it's such a great cardiovascular workout.
Right. Right.
So
that you?
yes,
Let's play that.
That-
She's not here. We'll play that later on. Yeah.
That is so that was my son's instructor, Bobby.
Right.
And I taught him the Mayweather mitt work that I learned just by kind of watching videos and stuff.
Right.
So, and working with him, we were able to incorporate
That's him,
jiu-jitsu moves,
Right.
Muay Thai moves and such like that. So we had a demo at Calgary Tower,
Right.
and was able to kind of promote how different this mitt work is, and kind of the great workout it can do, and that was one of his like best students, and he loved it.
That's you right there.
Yeah.
The pads. That's that Jean-Claude Van Damme shirt? I love that shirt.
Is.
That's from Bloodsport.
He
Or is it kickboxing?
He gave me that
Kickboxing.
shirt, and it's because he kept calling me Zidoshi. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Here, this is for you."
That's awesome.
I know. So yeah, we just we were just showcasing and there was a big crowd there, and
Right.
some cameras and stuff like that. And we were just showcasing what at the time Athlema Fitness offered.
Right.
That was one of the fighters that I brought in, because I worked with the Mittworks with him, because I wanted to show, how a fighter would really look. And then
Right.
he brought his clients, or one of his best clients, in.
Right.
So
Oh, that looks. Oh, look at that. This
I
is not.
think
By the way, for those people watching this on, if you're watching the webcast, this is not like fast forwarded. This is like regular speed.
it's still not like Mayweather speed, but it's pretty.
Ooh, you're gonna break your elbow, dude.
I know. But again, that's one
Break your head.
of sometimes clients want something different,
Of course.
right? Than just that was one of the instructors as well, Brighton.
Nice.
But yeah, I worked with Bobby for like months to try to get these type of moves in the mitt work and stuff like that. The sequences that we tried working out,
Nice.
and that was like fun.
That looks great, man.
And I think, he made me hit too.
So how often, like when you started going,
Yeah.
like so, there was that first day you got thrown to the fire, and then how long before you went back again?
Like the next class?
Yeah, the next.
I think it was
one.
like the next class was like either the next day or the next. I probably went
Like
there either
right
on
away?
Tuesday, and I think I was back there Saturday,
Okay.
or the Thursday or Friday.
How did it feel like those days that you were waiting on? Like, were you thinking about going back already, or was that you sat on it and you kind of?
It was that moment of realization that that whole smoke thing.
Yeah.
That's-
So you were
that was
having smoke, and then you said, "What am I doing with them?
Yeah.
What am I doing?"
So that was it.
Couldn't finish the class physically.
Not that night.
Not that
No,
night.
I gave
but
up
you
on that
said. So, but you already decided you want to come back. You're gonna come back.
Yeah.
How are those days, man? Like, that's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So there's a few days layover. Because I remember when Nelson asked me to go.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing like boxing and stuff like that, but it's a totally different sport and nothing as serious as what you guys were doing. But I remember when he took me to what's that gym up in? Is that the same gym?
BDB.
The one by TNT.
Yeah, BDB.
That's BDB.
Yeah.
So he took me there, man. I only went once. And it's a combination of a lot of things. Like it's a combination of the reason I didn't go back was, first of all, I got busy.
Yeah.
That's the common excuse that everyone makes.
Yeah, that actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be, if in retro, like if I really think about it, and to be perfectly honest, I got whooped like that day. Like it wasn't. Because I remember just I wasn't doing a lot of workouts during that time when he asked me to go, and then they were doing the drills, like just the drills, just to warm up, just the warm up drills, you know.
Yeah.
I think we were doing 5 minutes of that.
Yep.
And I was beat, but I didn't. It was just the drills, and I didn't want to do it again. I didn't want to do it anymore, but I didn't want to look like I was weak, right?
Yeah.
So. Because there's kids there too, man. Because I didn't want to
It's like nothing to them too,
right? So I started, and then we started hitting the bags.
Yeah.
No. Nelson was hitting bags. We were doing clinching, Muay Thai clinches. Dude, I kid you not, my neck.
I was about to say, how were you the next day?
My neck was stiff for like a week and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, because with boxing you don't do that,
Nope.
So,
Nope.
But anyways, yeah. So that's why I wanted to ask you how was those days, man? Like that layover from when you made the decision on Tuesday, you're gonna go back. Was there a time during that time off from Tuesday to Saturday when you went, you know what? Maybe I won't go back, or you've already made up your mindset?
If I can remember correctly, I don't think I ever thought that I wouldn't go back, but I remember being hecka sore. Like the next day, let's say if the class I went to was Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, essentially Friday, I was sore, just sore. But
you went to work, right?
Yeah, I went to work, but it was, if I can explain it or try to explain it, it was more like a sore, but something that came to me like, it's a good sore. This is good for you.
Yeah.
Do it. Just go back. There was never a time I'm not going to go back because it sucked. Because every time that I was hitting on that first day, I felt an emotional release as well.
Wow.
I don't know what it was. It was just a release because I was screaming. I'm one of the screamers.
Right.
And I'm known for that there at the gym, that I scream a lot when I hit. But I didn't realize I needed an outlet of some sort, and it became that outlet. Right. So the next class, even though I was probably still sore, I was looking forward to it. Right. So and it just kept snowballing, and it's got addictive, and yeah, I think 2-3 times a week is when I kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is nuts. So when did you? What's your ideal weight like?
What do I want?
Yeah.
I always wanted to go to 155.
Really?
And
I think that's a little light for you, isn't it?
Well, the reason why I think I have that number stuck in me is because I think one time I Googled it. I Googled it. What is my ideal weight for me being however old, how tall, whatever. And then it said 155. Right. So in my mind, it stuck. I didn't know that I was going to get there, but I don't know how I was going to get there, but that just stuck in my mind.
Right. So I got a question for you. So when you were told by your wife that you fit, you're overweight, was that kind of like when you started going religiously to Muay Thai, to the gym? I have a feeling that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Did it become kind of like your goal, or that became just a bonus of the feeling that you were getting by being there? Do you know what I mean? Does that or was it still like something that you were kind of, that's my goal to get to shed the weight?
To be honest, it was just more, just do it.
Right.
Like I said, I'm kind of one of those people that just do it.
Right.
And I just did it to commit. And then one of the things that kept me going back was, like any other gym, right? Like you have to have a membership, so you have to keep paying.
Right.
So to me, I didn't want to waste that,
Right.
nor the feeling that I had that I wanted to keep going.
Right.
Because it ignited something in me. And
Right.
like I said, that first class was, and that moment after realizing, here I am, like out of breath, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm reaching for a smoke. It's like, it's stupid.
Stupid.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So the goal at first was just to do something.
Right.
If I can try to equate to something, it was just to do something,
Like
because I was big.
Yeah, you're
right?
doing something about it. Kind of
Doing, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The number, weight goals, all that stuff didn't come until I started seeing the weight come off.
How fast did that happen, man? Like,
I know the
'Cause you're-
first 30 pounds was a month and a half.
what? That's a
Yeah.
lot.
I kept going, but I did also change my eating habits.
Right.
So that it's,
You quit smoking that day, right?
that day right there, cold
Right
turkey,
there,
done.
Yeah.
I threw that pack. It was a fresh pack, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you, man.
Menthol.
I remember
Benson
that.
and Hedges. You know.
I remember that.
So
Good for you. Now, how long ago was this?
I'd have to say if that video was 6 years. I got to that probably. I've been training for about 12 years now.
Wow.
So Tristan's 14, so my son's 14. We were at, so I'd say I've been training now for like 12 years. So it was 12 years ago that I said stop.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you now. Like, I don't remember you big. That's I've known you for 22 years,
Yeah.
and I'd say most of the time that we've seen eye to eye, like
Yeah.
hang out, you were big, but I don't remember you looking big. Like, all I can see now is you like this. That's amazing, man. Like, your transformation is great. I tell my kids, it's like, dude, that guy, like brother Zaldy there, dude, that guy's an inspiration. He used to be big, but he did something about it, and that's such an inspiration, man. Like, do your kids do any sports at all? You have 2 kids, right?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. How old's Tristan?
So Tristan's 14.
He's like 7'2", right?
Yeah, will be probably. He's gonna surpass me.
Yeah.
He's 14. My daughter Tiana is 6. And
Tristan reminds me a lot of you, like
Is he?
character wise.
he's an awkward one. Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
seems
a character.
He seems to like the same things that you like. Like,
It is in the same kind of he likes stuff that's non-mainstream.
yeah.
Nonconformist
stuff.
Nonconformist stuff, and
Yeah.
I love that about him. I
Yeah.
really do, because it was me, right? And
that is totally
yeah, and but my son got into Hapkido,
Yeah.
but that didn't work out so well for him because the sensei was kind of old school,
right.
and he said he liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but every time there was a test, the master would be old school, so he'd be walking around with a kendo stick, and if you made a mistake on your patterns, he would like hit the floor, literally intimidate the children.
Right.
If you made
Scare
a mistake, he
tactics,
called. Yeah,
yeah.
it's old school.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
mind it, to be honest with you. Even me and my wife were good with it.
Yeah.
He would even call him stupid.
What?
Like old. I'm talking about old school.
Right, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you stupid kid. You don't do that. But the one where I realized it wasn't helping him
Yeah.
was he was going for his test and he was shaking.
Wow.
Even though I asked Tristan, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay, but." No, he was shaking. I said, "You know what, buddy? You don't have to." Right. So it took me a while to get it out of him, but he said, "No, I don't want to."
Yeah.
But over the years, the one thing that stuck is soccer.
Yeah.
and swimming.
He likes that stuff.
Yeah, and then just recently he got into piano. So he started 2 weeks ago, actually. So he's loving it.
That's good.
You know, so I said, sure, if you want to try it out, go ahead. He actually wanted to see guitar or piano. I said, well, why don't you go to the class or wherever, pick one and go with it.
Right.
He went with piano, and you know, once a week he's gonna try it out. And say, man, just go ahead, man. You know, go have at her, Hoss. You know. So.
Well, right, like, because you kind of like you with especially with what the kind of path that you took to get to Muay Thai and how you do your how you live your life now, because that's a lifestyle, right? So the path that you took was kind of like, you know, being that kid that was always like not the most athletic, not always the fittest. You were like the nerd. We were all nerds growing up, mind you. You're the biggest one, though.
I was the biggest nerd.
Yeah.
You're the coolest nerd.
Yeah.
You know, but I was the biggest nerd.
But I remember growing up and hanging out, and we always liked the same stuff. Anime. We like cartoons. We like the same comic books.
And 64.
Wrestling
nights.
Oh my gosh!
What?
There is so much we could talk about. We almost made you cry with that game. Oh
That's
my
true.
gosh!
That's true.
But
True
that's your path, and then you found Muay Thai, and you found the stuff and kind of you want to share it with your kids. I know the same feeling, man. Like, because you want, hey man, I found Muay Thai, and you kind of you should check out this path. This is what you want to tell your kids, but then you sometimes you're kind of forcing them to do it. Right? It's just because it felt so good for you. It turned out so good for you.
Yeah.
And then you come to the realization that, man, you pave your own path.
Yeah.
I can point you.
Do you?
Yeah, but then you do you.
Yeah.
And then you kind of find their own niche, you know, like, and then they thrive on it. So
Yeah.
good on you for that, man.
Like, I mean, I just realized my son draws pretty good.
Does
like,
he?
I swear it just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I just saw a stack of paper. I came home.
Right.
It was on the organ. I'm like, what's this? And it's like drawings of
You're geeking
airplanes,
out. Probably
tanks.
geeking out on that. Eh?
Well, for Tristan, and like I said before, for Tristan, he just doesn't like the mainstream stuff.
Right.
Like, he got into watching videos of like World War II, the Titanic. He knows the history of those stuff, World War stuff, airplanes. He'll ask me like, "Dad, you know about this airplane?" Blah blah. I'm like, "No."
That's crazy.
Do you know what happened to Titanic? And like, no. Like, he when he likes something,
Is he a bigger geek than you?
I think he is.
He's a bigger nerd than
Yeah,
you? Wow.
he's a bigger nerd than me, and
Wow.
and I keep telling him it's all right. You know, like,
It is all right.
do what you like,
Right.
do what you want to do, and you'll have our support as long as it's within, the way we live our life as
Right,
Christians.
right,
Right. That's
right,
all we want.
Right.
And you're not hurting anyone. You're not,
Exactly.
do whatever.
Right.
So,
And by the way, to our listeners, if you're listening to this and they keep saying nerd and geek, I don't mean that in like a very derogatory way. I actually.
I do.
I'm a nerd. I don't care. Right. So,
it's all good. When it comes from another person who's a nerd, then
and there's the thing too with you, and you've been told this, and I remember you told your son. I think you told me one time you told him that you are the nerd that can. What was that word you said? You can kick someone's ass.
Oh,
Tell me that story. What? How did that come about?
well, it was just more just I am a nerd,
Right.
right, and I myself like different things than other people do, but I'm someone who has trained in Muay Thai for 12 years, and I know a couple things or two, so I would think I'm a nerd that can kick
I think so, dude.
the living daylights out of you.
Nelson told me you kick really hard, actually.
Well, I actually kick a lot less harder now, but I think I was really proud of my kick. I'm not gonna lie to you. The one thing that I love doing is kicking, and when I can remember this day too, about 215, 218 pounds, I had this big 6-footer wrestling guy holding pads for me.
Right.
And I was knocking him back.
Right. Do you have a video of that?
No. It was just during class.
Is this you?
Oh, that is me. Yeah. That's like after 3 hours of training already.
What?
Yeah.
How long do you are you at the gym for at a time?
That time, so I'd get off work at like 5, rush to the gym for class for 6:15. Wouldn't be done until like 8 or 9.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was just after hitting pads already. So I'm just working on my kicks there. Because the first question I asked Nick Ring was, because he has monster kicks.
Yeah.
Like, how do you kick so hard? All he said to me is, just keep kicking. What do you mean just kicking? Like, well, no, like, how's my hips? Just keep kicking. I'm like, what? And again, because it's me, I latched onto that, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I just kept kicking. I just kept kicking, and I felt the improvement over time.
Right.
That's all he meant, was just keep kicking. And over
He
time,
didn't show you technique or anything like that.
no.
He just said keep kicking.
because your body, my body mechanics is different from your body mechanics.
Right.
How we get to a certain point in hitting, our bodies will be very totally different.
Right.
So I can tell you to pivot your hips, your heels, whatever,
Right.
but we're gonna just move differently.
Right.
Our center of gravity's different, right? So
Yeah.
he kind of hurt sometimes, but yeah, I got it, and it was just kicking, and that's all I did. After an hour of hitting pads and holding pads, I would just condition my shins on that guy.
Right.
One of the things I would do is that, or the bag, or whatever's available. But yeah, like I said, one of the things I loved doing was kicking, and this is where if there's anything that I love teaching, is how to kick.
That's your thing. That's you.
I mean, I can't kick down a bamboo tree, but
Or the foundation.
I can kick a mean pad.
I noticed in the in this video here, you get a couple of guys doing some grappling there.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. So
Did you ever do you ever try that out?
no.
No, why not? It's right there.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah, why?
So what turned me off to jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
This was still in BDB. That's at CCMA when they moved, but at BDB, Nelson, after hitting pads, he laid down on the floor with his hands like this on his back,
Right.
and he did spread eagles like Cumsy. No.
That's it? That's what turned you off?
I'm serious. That's the moment I can't get out of my head was Nelson, spread eagle, looking at me with eyes like, come on, let's go.
Because
I'm like, I'm good. I'm just going to go over here.
Yeah.
You
It's
go
like
ahead and do
kicking
your
this guy
thing.
again.
I'm just going to kick the bag.
But he's been doing that a while now too. Like
Oh, yeah.
he transitioned to jiu-jitsu as well, right?
Yeah.
How long has he been doing that? What you would say?
Jits? Oh, man. I think he's been good doing it on and off, but he's
Yeah.
concentrated a lot more lately from, the times that I've
What's
caught up with
what's
him.
belt he's in now?
I'd like to say blue.
Yeah.
I'd like to say blue. I'm not quite 100% sure, to be honest with you, but I thought I saw a picture of him recently on some social platform. He had blue belt, I think.
Right.
I think.
Now he competed.
Yeah.
Does he still compete?
It sounds like he does.
Do you?
Me, no.
Did you ever?
No.
No.
They wanted me to, but I'm like, nah. Grace didn't want me to.
Okay.
Because what the problem is the commitment.
Right.
You have to actually train differently when you're fighting.
Right.
So, and I didn't have that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was already spending a lot of time doing the training I was doing.
Right.
And that was almost taken away from the family. So if I wanted to commit to that, it would be more time away from the family.
Of course.
So Grace is like, no, you're not fighting. I'm like, oh,
Right.
okay.
Well, how much time do you take now, like during a week?
Train?
Yeah, to train to be in the gym and.
As-
Well, okay. Answer that question, then I gotta follow up for you.
soon as Tiana was born,
Right.
that's where it kind of went a little downhill. But now I just train 5 or 6 times a week, just once a day.
For yourself, right?
Just for myself. So I do a lot more running now. I actually fell in love with running. That's what
so
pushed
good, right?
dude. That's what pushed me under 180 was
Yeah.
the running.
Yeah. Do you run in the gym or do you run outside?
I used to run outside exclusively
Yeah.
because I don't want to do it on a treadmill.
Yeah.
But I slipped one time that totally took my back out. So even if it was winter, I'd run outside. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
But after that, I started it on treadmill.
Right.
But I found that I actually sweat more. Like I just full
Right.
freaking water just coming out of me. So 4 or 5 times a week I'll run about an hour.
Wow.
And then I'll hit pads for sure once a week with my partner Steven.
It's gone down then, yeah?
It's gone down a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot. But also what also did that was just how busy we are with church and stuff like that. So especially the last 3 years.
Last 4 years, yeah.
The last 3 years. 4 years, yeah, you're right. It got busy for us at church.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the last 2 years was when it really got really busy for me.
Right.
Just because of how things worked out,
Right.
you know. So there was whatever training time I had, I stole it. Like I just had to squeeze it in, whether it be lunchtime, a quick one after work before another client. Just I needed to get that fix.
Right.
It's kind of like a drug now, almost.
It is.
I just need to kind of get it in, you know. So
Yeah.
even after lunch today,
It's better than smoking, for sure.
definitely. You know, like man, I whenever I start panting, either training or running, I always think, man, I wish I never started smoking.
Yeah,
I really wish. I regret it.
too.
No, that was
I started before you did.
that was, but my first girl was the reason why. That for sure was the reason why.
Girls.
I don't know why it went to that, but that was the first thing I did was smoke.
Right. Just to fit in Canada?
It was just more just to get my mind off of her. Then I had smokers around me too,
yeah.
and well, yeah, we smoked. And
Yeah.
Smoked a
You quit a while, right? Because I just quit like 2 years ago. Yeah.
oh man, I thought you quit a lot longer ago. Man,
No, just
damn.
2 years ago. 2 years. 2 years this month, right? 2 years on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Because yeah, it's actually a funny story. Someone
Cold turkey.
kind of. I don't know if I can call it cold turkey. It's funny. I wasn't planning to quit. No plans. I just tell you a quick story of it. I was still smoking, but I didn't like the taste of it anymore. I don't think I ever did. I don't think it was. I never liked the taste of it, but I was smoking pretty. I was still smoking at least a pack every 2 days.
Oh, that's a lot, dude.
It's a lot. It's a lot
Whoa.
because of work, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm outside.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just excuses now that I think about it. But I remember a buddy of mine from New York. He wanted to start a vaping. This is back when vaping wasn't big in Calgary yet, but it
Right.
was big in SoCal in California.
Mm-hmm.
He was from there, but he said before he moved to New York, he wanted to have he wanted to start a business here. It's like, hey, let's start a vaping shop there at Calgary. It could be big. Didn't bite on it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then he moved to New York years later, and then that's when vaping was big already in Calgary. And I remember I Facebooked him one time, and I was joking, "Hey, you still running vape shops?" I'm like, "Can you send me one?"
Mm-hmm.
Jokingly. And then he sent me one before my birthday. For my birthday last year, he sent me one of those $50 ones, right? You know,
Oh yeah.
it's just not the expensive one, but he bought me one, and then I tried it. You know, in between smoking cigarettes, I was doing the vape, and then I fell in love with not fell in love. That's such a gross word. I got into doing like the vape tricks and stuff like that.
There's vape tricks.
Yeah, there's like they do this vape tricks like you make smoking circles and
Oh, okay.
yeah, vape tricks. Anyways, they have competitions for it. But I got into it, so I was Googling, I was YouTubing all these vape tricks, right? So I told my wife, I told Joy, this isn't cutting it. Like this little $50 one. So I bought like a $200 vape.
They get that much,
Dude, that's on the lower tier.
It's even more. Holy jeez.
People like actually like, you know how people build computers?
Yeah.
That's what they do. Like they buy like the generic ones and then they build it over. They build up from that. The last time, anyways, I don't know much about it now.
Did not
but
know
this is
that.
2 years ago. But anyways, so I was still smoking cigarettes, and then I bought this $200 vape. And then I went to the vape store, bought some juice, puffed it maybe twice, left it in my car, and I never thought about it again. It's just and then I never picked up a cigarette again.
That's it, eh?
And then it was like, and then I realized maybe after 3 days,
You weren't.
I'm like, I haven't smoked in 3 days. And then I was around, someone passed me. I passed someone that was smoking. Grossed me out.
Right.
And I was dizzy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
So my vape, I gave it, I've only used it maybe once or twice. I gave it to my best friend. I gave it to him and I said, hey,
Have it.
there you go.
It's
And
good.
I thought she was going to get mad at me. I thought Joy was going to get mad because it's a $200 purchase. And I'm
like
like,
for stopping. What?
but I didn't even use it. But
Yeah.
that was the best investment I ever did, like in retrospect,
Right.
because he quit. And
Helped
then
you.
that was it.
Yeah.
And then I always say, like, like New Year's ending here, there's another New Year coming.
Yeah.
You know, how people make the New Year's resolution and all that. From that day on, I always said, if you want to make a resolution, don't make it on New Year's Day. Make it before. So then
Yeah.
you're not tied to the day.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
when you fail,
makes
it feels like, I
Yeah.
haven't done my New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you don't put a date on it, it's just
That
just
makes
decide.
sense.
Like when you decided that I'm gonna go do, I'm doing this,
Yeah.
like head on dive, like getting on it, like both feet both feet, right? Like when you make that decision, you just make it. There's no
Yeah.
time. There's nothing's binding you to anything. There's no contracts. It's just you doing it. So I think it works best that way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like how one of my things I even tell my clients now is, as much as you want to concentrate on the number,
Yeah.
just sweat.
Right.
Whatever you do, whenever you start working out, just sweat. That's how one of the first things as well as I kept pushing me was just sweat. If I
Right.
do something, I just want to sweat. So I'd be one of the guys in the gym. If you saw, I was wearing a sweater. It was summer.
Yep.
I'm wearing like 3 layers underneath
Right.
just to sweat. And because a lot of it is just water weight, right?
Right.
And that's how you lose the fat is that through that water retention, whatever. But also eating right. So it's not
Right.
just about that. You gotta.
How did you change your diet? Like when you were 265, you decided to go to gym. It's usually that's the last thing. Like for me, I find the same way. Like that's the last thing that I commit to is the
food.
eating right. You know, the kitchen is. So how was that for you? Like how did you change your diet?
As long as you burn more than what you intake, that was the thing that I latched onto.
Right.
And that's what I tell my clients. There's just no and ifs or buts. You just have to burn more than what you intake, and you will lose weight.
Do you still then eat whatever you want, or was there any types of foods that you kind of
When
got
I
rid?
started,
Now, like when
now?
you like
Okay.
now, what kind of foods did you used to eat that you don't anymore because you found out that's just not doing you any good?
there was nothing I really haven't taken out of my diet.
Dude, you
but-
used to love like those single cheese. I remember that. That was your thing when we were kids. The singlets, like you know what I'm talking about? Like,
slices.
slices.
Yeah, still do that.
You still
I
do that?
Yeah. I'll buy a 24 pack here and there. 48 sometimes when it's on sale. No, rice was a big factor then, but in general, carbs.
Right.
Right. So I guess if you're asking how I do it now
Yeah.
is, thank you.
Thanks.
How I do it now is from Monday to Friday, I am trying to cut down my calories.
Okay.
But there's no set calories. I just kind of eyeball it.
Right,
Because I
right,
kind of
right.
I kind of know me.
Right.
And I eat whatever's there.
Right.
To be honest with you, I still like almost daily will buy like McDonald's or something, whatever. But I'll know how much calories that is.
Right.
So
You offset that.
and I kind of offset that with because I know how much I burn when I run.
Right.
So as long as I keep myself in that calorie deficit,
Right.
right, not the surplus, and I couple it with working out,
Right.
I am going to lose weight. There's just no ifs or buts. So, but during the weekend, game on.
It's an all-out
during
buffet.
during the week on, it's game on. There's just no. I used to just do one cheat meal,
Right.
but now it just turned to a cheat weekend.
Right.
Because I kind of over time, when Tiana was born, kind of, I had to change my routine,
Right.
routine, and and it kind of gets expensive eating healthy,
Yeah.
and boring. So
Right.
your body will crave for it, and I just
Right.
gave in. But the one thing I just tell myself is just do something,
Right.
or just keep doing what you're doing.
But it's working out for you, right?
Yeah, and over the weekend I'll gain up to 10, 15 pounds.
What?
Oh yeah, dude. I just go nuts.
Over the weekend?
Yeah, over Saturday, Sunday. And then from Monday to Friday, I'll lose that 10, 15.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that bad for your body to be fluctuating that much?
Probably.
that's
That's just kind of how I've done it, though.
Doesn't sound too healthy to be
so-
like fluctuating that much, but it's working out for you.
For now.
Yeah, I know.
With age, that might change,
Yeah.
but, you know, I've just done it that way.
Yeah.
So
There's never really, what I found is there's never really like a one set thing that works for everybody. Like there's, you know, your body, you know what works for you. As long as you're keeping yourself like, you know, informed on what, you know, what's healthy, what's not. And you kind of know, like with you, I mean, that works for you. Like I can't do what you do. There's just no way I can do that. Like to binge on a weekend, forget it. I'm like, I would have if I eat bad for one day of the week, I will have to be working out straight 6 days a week for the next 3 months. Because my body's just not the same, right? Like it's not the same as yours. That's what I mean. Like you kind of find what works for you.
yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta take a look at that 15 pounds on, 15 pounds off.
Again, it fluctuates, but it's grueling to a degree. But
because your body's working extra
it's doing
hard.
something.
Yeah.
It's still working. So I mean, I weigh myself daily.
Right.
So again, that's another thing that I latched onto is if you want to keep your weight in check, you check your weight daily.
Yeah.
Every morning I do that. Right. So and then Saturday is my marker to see if I've hit my goal or not. Right. But I'm trying to stray away from that. But it's again, I just want to try to be healthy overall for my family.
Right.
So,
of course.
And kind of to what you're speaking to, again, it doesn't matter if it's my body type, your body type, or anyone else's. The main, for me, what I believe is, as long as you burn more than you intake, you're gonna lose weight.
Right.
That's just how our bodies are, you know, engineered. Like animals, the same thing. If they're running, hunting, and all that stuff, right, and they're not catching anything, guess what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna get all skinny and scrawny. It's just how nature is, really.
Right.
So.
You're also not smoking 2 packs a day.
We're not smoking.
They're also not smoking 2 packs a day.
And I'm not going to McDonald's 3 times a day.
Right. That's, yeah. Well, do you lift weights? I know you do a lot of Muay Thai. Do you do a lot of cardio? But do you lift weights as well?
Not really.
No?
No. I hate it.
Really?
I'll do push-ups. I'll do a couple machines that work on like push-up motions, work the chest, but I hate it. I won't.
Because I would think you would love to do like leg workouts.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Really?
I would rather run for an hour.
Right.
While people are lifting, I would literally just rather run.
Works for you.
Or hit something.
You look good, man. Like I don't know how you do it. Like seriously, I still can't believe you shed all that weight. But you work out hard. Like you hit the gym hard. You hit the pads hard. You run hard. I mean, I can't do it. I hate running, but it feels good.
It does.
It feels good
when you get in the middle zone.
Yeah.
The beginning and end sucks, but when you're in that middle running zone,
when you get in that zone, you're like for say, okay, let's say I'm gonna do half hour today. Like I'm gonna do half hour. Once I hit that, I'm done. But there's a point before you hit the 30-minute mark that you're sweating so hard, but it also feels so so light and you feel so good that I can keep going. I can keep going.
What I latch on to.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I feel it, and I'm like, oh, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
So usually my runs are about 50 minutes to 60 minutes.
Oh.
I know.
That is great. I wish we had like an all summer season in Calgary because I would love to just run every day. It's just we can't like.
We can in summer, but fall, spring.
Yeah, and I don't like running in pavements as well. Like I find it hard on the knees. It's really hard on the knees when I'm running on pavement.
When I went to treadmill, I found that a certain pain I was feeling before running on treadmill disappeared after about 6 months.
Right.
So that's I guess again your body adapts, right?
Do you put like an incline on it?
No,
when you run
straight.
Because I heard this somewhere. It might have been Joe Rogan or somewhere I might have read it. They said that running uphill is a lot better for your knees than running flat because it's
Really?
it's natural, right? Like you're hitting when you're walking, you're kind of putting your weight on the front, on a flat
The ball?
pavement. Yeah, kind of. That's not how our feet and our knees are supposed to naturally move. So when you're walking uphill, you're actually trying to do this.
You mean heel
That
toe?
yeah, I think
Heel
that
toe.
heel toe. Yeah, that motion.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I
Try going downhill. That sucks.
Yeah.
trying to put all your weight and trying to stop it from at the same time.
When you're already like halfway into
Dude,
your run,
yeah,
or almost
no,
done your run.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I've done that before. And yeah, you're right. It sucks.
Right.
Especially it's like you're downhill, yay! But then it's like, oh god.
Do you watch fights? Do you ever watch MMA at all?
You know what? I watch highlights.
Highlights.
I don't, because of how busy we are. I
Right.
don't actually. I miss all the fights. By the time I
Right.
get home, it's like done.
Right.
So I just watch a lot of the highlights the next day.
Right.
So I'd
Right.
love to, but just again of how busy my life is, I really don't. I have not even watched a full Manny fight.
Really?
No, I have not.
He's fighting
It's always-
January. I heard.
Yeah, Broner.
Yeah.
That's-
Vegas.
That's gonna
Haven't-
be interesting.
Yeah. Did you? Oh man, the Wilder fight. That was a good one. I don't know if you saw that.
That was nuts. that Fury, just that last
Yeah.
count,
Yeah. Yeah.
literally Undertaker. Like it was just
No
the
kidding.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like
I know you'd think that.
Dante walked away from that like, yeah, I got you. And
Did you see his face when he got
Dude.
up? Did you see Dante's face?
Yes.
It's like what? the- It was like yeah.
Well, he was losing
Can you
though.
imagine if that was like the 6th round and that happened?
Oh,
He got up
jeez.
like that.
That was a hard hit. That was a hook.
Yeah.
Like that was a wild hook
Yeah.
that connected. And he's been trying to. He was being wild. He got outboxed.
Right.
Right. If it wasn't for those knockdowns, he got outboxed,
Mm-hmm.
outclassed. And I was, from what I saw, again, I didn't look at the whole thing, but there was
Right.
rounds here and there with highlights. Tyson just outboxed him. That was
Right.
awesome.
Do you train your son at all?
No,
No.
I've,
Is there a reason?
but I told him again, kind of. It
It's
was
just his interest in
his
stuff?
interest is not there.
Yeah.
But I told him, hey, you ever want to?
Yeah.
You got a personal trainer right here.
Yeah.
You know, so and we have a Bob downstairs, right?
Yeah, no-
So
What?
he's always there if you want to smack him around a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. But I want him to get back into martial arts.
Right.
But it'll be coming from him,
Right.
not from me. I'm
Yeah.
not going to force him into it as much as I want him to.
Yeah.
Whether that's wrong with me, because I know old school mentality is not you're doing that, right?
Right.
So I could have kept him in that, but seeing my son shake before a test just didn't sit right with me.
Right, right.
So if it's not his thing, it's not his thing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I had BJ here
Mhm.
the last time,
Mhm.
and they do Brazilian jiu-jitsu together. Him and his
His boy?
son.
Yeah.
So that's like a bonding thing for them. Man, that's
exactly.
really fun, right, for them. Yeah, we were watching videos of them like
Going at
tapping
it.
people out and all.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it's not his thing,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna force him. But that
What's he into right now?
Right now he likes drawing.
Yeah, I know you drawing in piano. You just picked it up.
Yeah, I know, but he also likes building models of
Mm.
airplanes, like World War II airplanes.
That sounds like you.
See, I never got that far.
Yeah.
I would if I was
Do
to
you
build
still
a model.
do you still have those transformers? Those carbon. What do you call those? You used to have like the really cool heavy transformers.
Oh, the G1 ones.
Yeah, you used to have them like under your bed. I remember playing with them.
Those are gone. Unfortunately,
Those
sadly.
are probably
my
like
parents threw them away. Thanks, mom, dad.
Ooh.
But
those are
I've-
collectibles, man.
Yeah, I know. But I still collect.
Yeah,
I still collect Transformers.
yeah.
Transformers.
Bumblebee's
Trek.
coming out. I heard it's the best Transformers they have so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it because it's another boost to the franchise,
Right.
which will give me more toys to collect.
Right.
But the idea in general of prequels, I'm so sick of.
Really?
I really would just wish movies would just go on.
Right.
Like even my other interest, Star Trek.
Right.
the new season right now is another prequel. Like, seriously, you just did one.
Right.
And they're just not moving forward, and I hate that. I personally hate it, but I like it because it's good for the franchise.
Right.
So, more Trek on TV, great, that's fine. And for me, because I play the Star Trek Online,
Yeah.
it has helped the game for me. So, and that's like the only game I've played for like the past 5 years now. So,
Right.
yeah,
You play online games?
that's the only
Which one's this?
Star Trek Online.
So what's it like? Like, what do you do? Is it kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't play online games. Is it like, what do they call those games that the kids play?
MMOs.
I don't know. PUBG? Is it kind of like that?
It's like World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
Those type, but it's like
Yeah.
I guess from what again, I've never actually had an online experience except Star Trek, but it's literally you create a character, go through the story, and collect stuff.
Right.
And for me, the story got me,
Right.
but you can only do the story so much. So
Right.
what keeps me going is I just do like the space
Right.
pew pew.
So do you play with like other people online?
Yeah.
That's
It's a
the only
whole-
way to play it, right?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those sandbox games where you can actually do whatever you want. If you get online, you want to get a group together, play something, go ahead. If you want to just go through the story yourself, go ahead. If you want to just play Space Barbie,
Yeah.
go ahead. Like there's a lot of, I've found out over the years, there's a lot of guys that play
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
that create girl characters online to dress up.
Yeah.
Like they'll literally spend hours at what we call the tailor and just dress up their character. I don't do that. Again, I'm in it for the space battles. That's
Right,
just where I like it.
You made it for the pew pew.
That the space pew pew. That's all I'm about. The ship porn. When a ship looks just good for me, I'm happy. You know, I'll actually stare at my ship for like 10 minutes, 15, just literally moving the mouse around to get different angles.
Really?
I don't know what it is. That just gives me happiness. So I'm like,
Right,
you know.
right.
And then, you know what? I don't play as long as I do anymore. So that's my wind
Right,
down to the day.
You know what? Online gaming intimidates me. It intimidates. Oh man, dude, it does.
Why?
I remember those days back when we used to play. I was never the best player. Never. It was always either Mark or you were the best players. I remember we played. I never played GoldenEye. I was never allowed to play it because I sucked at it. We used to put the cardboards. Remember?
Yep.
Like it's like
Yep.
we had like a 14-inch like tube TV
Yep.
at Mark's house, and we used to have like the 4 screens, and we put like cardboard, and you're not allowed to peek.
Nope.
But I used to just watch you guys play because I was never good at that game. I was good at that wrestling game, the WCW game. I was all right with that.
Yeah. That was fun. We had some really.
That was good times. But
Good
I think that's what I loved about it, because you were playing with actual people in the same room, and you know,
Okay, yeah.
trash talking. We did.
That's true.
We did. We
Gotcha.
did. Yeah. Like
Or what we signify as trash talking.
I mean, that was it. And then we had, and we used to rent the games at Blockbuster or
Oh my
VHQ. We
God.
used to walk
Yeah.
down, and we used to gather up our money.
when those things were actually.
Yeah, we'd actually go to the store. I miss that, man.
Having
I
a
miss-
video store.
I miss going to the store and actually like picking out a game to play.
Yeah, we got used to that. Like, that's
Yeah.
just something. That was just
It was
something
like a
that we
2-day
did.
thing.
Yeah,
Like we
and we would try to like kill it in the next
Yeah.
those 2 days.
I remember. I'm gonna pause this because it's doing this thing where it's crapping out on me. Hang on. Yeah. So no, going back to the online games. That's what intimidates me.
Why?
Is because I hear my kid play it, like my kids play it, and it gets so intense, man. Like I
What
remember
gets intense?
playing Call of Duty, and I always play the story mode. That's it, the story mode.
Same here.
Right, and then I play online, like the battle online.
Yeah.
Dude, I get like
Wasted.
25 deaths and 1 kill. And then it's just so intimidating, man. And this kid's like, I remember a 10-year-old.
Like, do you hear them talk to you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of your problems.
Yeah, dude, this 10-year-old girl was trash talking me.
Okay.
I racked a controller, Ash Joy, and then she came home one day, and she was like, "Why is this controller racked?" And I blamed it on my kids, man.
Nah, man. Like I think I've experienced that. Don't get me wrong. I'm like you.
Yeah.
If there's a story aspect to the game, like
Yeah.
Call of Duty, I'll do that.
Yeah.
The PvP part, I won't do. Star Trek Online, you have that element.
Yeah.
Online games, you have that element.
Right.
For me, I've come across people who trash talk, and I just ignore them. I just really ignore them. I do, and I don't have mic. Like I can have a mic if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I have before, and I've heard people try to talk to me.
Right.
It doesn't bother me, even if it's like a 10-year-old kid, whatever.
Right.
If I don't do that, he'll like send me private messages telling me you suck or whatever. I just really don't care. I'm like this is my time to just wind down. Right. So I think for me, I got past that very quickly. Like I don't have time for your little "you're better than me" crap.
Right.
Really. Like, but I don't play Call of Duty. I've heard though how they do that stuff. Like you will get like trash talk like,
and they're so good.
They're really good. They're really good. Like they have the time.
They're so good.
They have the time.
How they do it?
You and I work the whole day. If we were teens again and didn't have a job, guess what? We'd probably be as good as them.
Yeah,
really.
Maybe.
That's all it is.
I'd still suck. Because I wasn't a good player, man. I was not a good.
You mean the first-person shooters wasn't your thing?
Okay, so I couldn't play. I remember we used to play Star Fox too. I couldn't play that game.
What?
I couldn't play it. I wasn't good at that game. I never played that game. I played it once, and I'm like, yeah, I suck at this. You know who's you know who's good at that? Ken was good. Nelson was good at that game. Yeah. And I remember Mark was really good with GoldenEye. So were you.
I was good because not only was I playing GoldenEye with you guys,
yeah.
I was playing GoldenEye with my school friends.
Right.
So I got you get to a point where because of the time you played, you just get better.
Yeah.
But there are some people who just get disorientated. I'm not saying you, but like
I did. I definitely did.
They get dizzy.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was half the time. I didn't know where I was.
And we come up behind you, haha. All you see is the blood screen. What again? I just literally spawned. No, I think when it comes to those, I just did not let those little 10-year-olds or whoever, 40-year-olds, whoever, just bother me.
You know what it is, though, man. You know what gets you with those games is you would have. I haven't played a game in a while. I haven't gamed in a while. Mm-hmm. But the things that get me with those is that one game you have that you just obliterated everybody. You did so well. But you know, with those games, the people you play with always changes, right? The team always changes. There's always someone new. Mm-hmm. So when you're playing a certain time of day,
you have to wait for that time of day.
There's a time of day where the players just horrible.
Suck. Yep.
And you're like the best of the horrible players.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It feels good.
Feels
and
good,
you're trash talking. You're trash talking.
I don't do that.
I trash talk.
Do you? Okay. Well,
and then when that time comes when the kids are back home from school,
you stop.
And I'm like, see if because you did so good, your confidence is up. I'm like, I'll play. I got this. I got this.
You.
And they just totally murder me.
They still hand it to you,
and then you quit, right? And then the next time you turn your console on, the messages are there.
Yeah, no,
the messages are there. They leave you audio messages. They leave you text messages.
Really?
It's bad, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. My ego can't take this, man. I'm a grown man. Like, I can't.
Again, I've not gone that far into that type of world. That's like that. That is where the PvP stuff. That's where you just go up against a lot of people like that. And I just don't do it either myself. I will play it for the story. I will play it for the story.
Right. I can't. Like, do you still you said you still collect things.
Yep.
What do you collect still, man?
Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers, Star Trek stuff, Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, I want to say Super Sentai, but
yeah,
because their Super Sentai is the cooler one.
Right.
Power Rangers was just the adaptation of it, but not a lot, but more Transformers and whatever Dragon Ball. a couple things here and there.
They have the new one too.
The movie,
Yeah, was that a movie or is it a series?
the new series came out.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Super.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I watched every
was it?
episode. It was good. I liked it. Again, it's just because it's on. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good for the franchise to have it on.
Right,
So
right.
I enjoyed it for what it was. There were some pretty stupid moments, but
Right.
I enjoyed it for what it
Do
was.
do you ever give like new franchises like a chance? Like what was there anything like? I know you're hardcore to the classics. Was there any like?
It's funny you asked that because I was going to give One Punch Man a chance, but I haven't yet. I heard it was good from like people who review stuff. But I saw a fight of the clip of it. The basis of it, it's a parody of all anime.
Right.
So just this one guy is just super strong,
Right.
and he's just so bored when he's fighting. But
Right.
when he does actually do something,
Right.
he like obliterates his enemy. So I think I'm gonna give that a chance.
Right.
Someone tried to recommend Titans AE to me, and I was like, I saw clips of it here, and I'm like, this doesn't.
That's a more westernized one, right? Titan AE.
It's from what I
Yeah.
have seen, it's a bunch of regular people that turn to big people, and then they're cursed for a period of time, and they eat people.
Oh, you're talking about Attack on Titan, not
Sorry.
Titan AE.
Sorry,
Yeah,
See,
that's
and-
different. Yeah,
sorry,
Attack on Titan.
what is it called?
Attack on Titan.
Someone recommended that to me. I saw a couple clips and I was like,
Shingeki. Yeah.
have you watched it?
Watched the first season and I think I watched the first 3 episodes of the second season.
Okay, so
The first season it's different, right? Like, and ever since it came out, people have been copying it, right? Like the kind of like the premise of it, like
Have they?
walled cities,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
all that, right? Now it's a good. The second season just dragged,
Is it?
man. But the first one was really good. I saw it when it first came out, so there wasn't a lot of
Hype
so-
around it?
yeah, so it wasn't mainstreamed at that time.
So it was just some like a jewel in the sand.
Right. So by the time it got, by the time that I had my kids watching it, it was mainstream.
They watch it. That's cool.
They had bags. They have like, yeah. So you know, my son now, like, if you go to his room, this room right there, it's all like anime stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, he likes his anime, but he likes the fan service anime.
What does that mean? The what?
Google it, fan service.
Fan service anime?
Yeah. There's different kinds, right? Like anime, like there's life, slice of life. There's yeah. So there's different kinds. So he likes the fan service stuff, but
I've never heard that. Actually.
yeah, he likes to. I mean, you go to Netflix and most of them are mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go to. You know, there's been some new animes that I've given a chance. So, you know, I've enjoyed some of them. There's pretty good stuff there. One that you might enjoy. It's fan service. Definitely fan service. You know, with the bouncing and stuff and all that, right?
Oh,
That's what fan service
Sorry.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of like upskirt stuff, like,
Oh.
like, you know, nothing like they don't. It's not porn or anything. It's not hentai or anything like that.
I was about okay.
Yeah,
I was
it's
going
just
towards
like
the
it's
H word.
Yeah, it no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's just more. It's
Adult.
like it's not,
Not
adult.
adult,
Yeah. It's they call it fan service. That's the
never knew
that's
that.
the genre. And this one, High School of the Dead. That's the one. High School of the Dead. We watched it
Get a
together.
zombie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you ever see that one?
No.
That's
I
good.
like zombie
Like
ones.
10, 12 episodes.
That's it?
That's it. You did.
High School of the Zombies.
High School of the Dead.
High School of the Dead.
High School of the Dead. The first scene is a bigger bosomed girl smashing a zombie on the head with a
That
baseball
is fan
bat.
service right there.
That is the first scene. Yeah.
They will animate that for sure.
I actually enjoy that one. That's a really. It's just a relaxing
in
one.
Japanese?
It's in Japanese. I can't watch voiceover. I can't watch
no,
dubbed.
yeah. Same here.
I can't. It has to be subtitle.
Yeah. No, I like subtitle. I like I've had more of appreciation.
Except for certain animes. Like if I watch when I watched Jesus. What's that anime again? Full Metal. Alchemist.
Okay. Yeah.
When I watch that, I have to watch it in English
No way.
because they're white people. Right? They're white. That's what they are. They're
They all
not.
look like white people.
No.
Okay,
If
sorry.
you watch Dragon Ball, you have to watch it in Japanese because they're supposed to be Japanese.
True.
Right? If you watch Attack on Titan, although I like the English, I like the subtitled version because it just feels more of them are, not all of them are Japanese, not all of them are Oriental.
Oh, okay.
There's supposed to be Germans in there. There's
Western.
supposed to be
Yeah,
they're supposed to be
Western,
Westernized. There's another one that I watched recently. What's that show? With there's a cooking one. It's another fan service one.
Cooking one.
It's a cooking one. What's it called?
It's like a Hell's Kitchen.
Shokugeki no Soma. I think that's what it's called. I
Right.
can't remember. But it's this bunch of guys. It's this guy that cooks so good. They go to a cooking school, like a university, like a Harvard of
cooks.
cooking.
Yeah.
And they have tournaments and stuff. But they have like, do you know how geek out with the shows? They have like they cook so good that it's the people that judges it when they eat it, their clothes
Come
come
off.
off.
Okay, because it's so good.
It's
and it's like
so
it's very over the top.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
No, I've seen a lawyer anime that when they start pointing, like the whole, like, you know, that speed
Right.
animation
Right.
happens,
Right.
right? So I think I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it though. Like
Right.
it's a simple concept, but then they make such a big deal out of it. No, Your Honor.
Yes.
And it's like, or I could probably imagine like what you said. Oh, this is so good.
The noises they make. Oh.
Yeah. So I think I've seen
Yeah.
that lawyer thing, but nothing.
Yeah.
Or haven't seen. I should say.
There's one in Netflix that I watched before it went on Netflix. It's called The Devil is a Part-Timer. That's a good one too. That's on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's on
We
Netflix.
have Netflix,
Yeah,
So
it's funny. The premise of that is it's the devil. He was, for some reason, he got transported to Earth, right? But then imagine like the devil transported to Earth, but when he came to Earth, he became a teenager, and he lost all his powers.
okay, so it's just like this really emo kid.
So he lost his power. Exactly, lost his powers.
Yeah.
He gets hungry.
Right.
Like
'Cause he has to
he's
eat now.
human.
Yeah, because he's got to eat now or whatever.
So, but he didn't have a job, so he has to.
No money.
He didn't have money, so he had to find a job,
That sounds
and
cool.
he became a part timer at a kind of like a McDonald's place. So
Here is the devil. Working.
the
Give me a Big
premise
Mac.
is just ridiculous, but it works. And then the angel that was chasing him, right, followed him to Earth.
Also stripped.
But it's not fan service.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually like just comedy.
Oh, okay.
And I remember, and then the angel that followed him, she also became a teenager,
Right.
and she had to work at the fast food joint right across the street from him.
So they're fighting part time.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
But they're still trying to kill each other. Well, she's still trying to kill the devil,
Right. And
but
he's
the
trying to
devil's
get-
just trying to eat. He's just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And
That
of
sounds
course,
funny,
yeah,
actually.
it is hilarious. And then he had like 4 devil companions, like 4 devil minions.
Yeah.
They all became, well, one of them came and he wasn't a teenager, he was a man, and he had to find a job, but he was addicted to video games. So it's just ridiculous, man. So this thing's, anyways, I don't know, those are the kind of animes I watch nowadays.
Well, I think it's good that you're venturing out. You're right. You kind of nailed it on the head with me. I stick with the old school
You
stuff
do,
that I
right?
know, but like I said, I want to venture out because sometimes, again, the Dragon Ball series is over right now.
Right,
They have the movie they have the movie that came out.
right.
But again, really, the time I have after I get home, dude, it's not a lot.
Right.
Like, the wind down time is literally from like either 8 or 9 till maybe 12, because the next day I have work, training someone or training at the gym or whatever. So that it's a small window to try to
Right.
fill in. And the online game takes like either an hour or 2 hours for me
Right.
to just get through what I want to do.
Right.
And after that, the old man tired comes in. It's just don't want to turn on something. But I don't know. After doing that, I find myself nowadays just watching weird stuff on YouTube. Wherever YouTube takes me with recommendations, I'll just start clicking. And it takes up your chunk of your time.
It does.
It's weird.
I get sucked into Instagram. That's what I get sucked into. I don't post a lot. Like I don't. You know what it is? It's like when you go to when you look at stuff, and it just takes you. It's like a rabbit hole. Just keeps taking you wherever. Like example, for instance, I'm looking at fitness, and I'm looking like workouts, and all of a sudden, this guy's like, he's got a different kind of. It's a new CrossFit style. I look at that. Oh, he's got like not. I see the shoes.
Like
and
a
then,
video?
Yeah, a video.
Okay.
And then I see like, look at the shoes that he's wearing. And then now I'm in shoes. I'm looking at shoes. And now I'm like, Michael Jordan has those. And now I'm watching sports. And then now, like, it just keeps going and going and going. Which brings me to my next point, actually. You recently just ventured into the world of social media. Right? You're new to this. So you now have a social media account. Which one is it? Which platform?
Facebook.
You have Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to for my job. Right. The new job I got.
You had to. What's your new job, man?
I got a part-time job as like a part-time instructor for ilovekickboxing.com. So one of the requirements they said is like they asked this question like I had it already. Right. I'm like, so with your Facebook account, I'm like, I don't have Facebook. Instagram, I don't got Instagram. Twitter, nope. Do you have no social? Nope. So if we hire you, you're going to have at least Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And even then, I said okay. After the offer letter, I actually started working, but I didn't start one. Like, okay, where's your Facebook account?
Sorry, well, forgive me. What's the job again?
Where I work?
Yeah.
I love kickboxing.com.
I love kickboxing.com.
Yeah.
And why do they need the social media?
It's just for the promotion of what they do. So they have a separate page for their studio that shows and comes up with pictures of how the workouts were.
Right.
Videos of or promotions on things to buy or whatever like that.
Merch.
Yeah, so it's more of this. They use it as promotion.
Right.
That's it.
Marketing.
Because I guess I'm assuming that if I'm tagged or liked or something in a post, my friends will see it.
Right.
Right? Or something like that.
Yes.
So
yes.
Because I saw one of our old friends, Vanessa Elo.
Right.
She liked something because my name was mentioned on it. So it's just that to get awareness out.
Networking.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word for it. Yeah. I'm new. I'm such a freaking new. I'm looking at my family like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like, well, just post stuff. Like what? Like, what are you doing? I mean, what I'm doing. I'm here. Right. So they say you're here. What? So again, I just
you learn to not love it maybe, but you learn to live with it. You learn because I'm the same way, man. I'm really not. I like my privacy.
Yeah,
I do. I like my privacy, but look, I'm doing a stupid podcast.
I don't say this stupid.
I know, but you know what I mean. But how do you think? I shouldn't say that. I love doing this, but how do you think people are gonna hear from this, or how are they gonna hear from it? Right? Unless I put it out there, I'm not gonna go, giving out flyers or going to radio or going to TV, putting out adverts or anything like that. I can't do that.
This is the new school advertising.
This is it, right? Yeah. So, even with my Instagram, like, I really am. I don't like posting like my workouts. Like if I'm like, I don't like, but people see it and they react to it, and then they find out more of what I do and what I'm doing, right? And or when I do any of the hobbies that I'm doing, the things that I'm working on, I put it out there, and then that's how, that's how you get your name out of there, I guess. I know you'll learn to like it, but
I haven't posted anything yet.
You know what? On Facebook. Good.
No.
You know that new babe. I don't know if you can find this. Find out news on Facebook. This just came out like recently.
You guys.
This is your website. Sorry, let's go back to this first.
You guys should try this.
What is this?
It's the
Aviation
site
Crossing Fitness program.
That's where I work.
Where's this? Like, do they have a? They obviously have a studio somewhere, right? A
So
gym?
it's off of McKnight and right before Deerfoot, that new aviation plaza,
right.
right there, right across the Canada Post.
Mm-hmm.
It's the. I had an idea what they did, which was the workout that I used to do at BDB.
Right.
So, and it's exactly what it is. So it's a full hour.
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes of your favorite warm-ups,
Right.
like, running around, burpees, whatever,
Mm.
and then 5 minutes of stretching, and then like half an hour of hitting those stand-up wave bags, and then like that. They'll just give you combos for 30 minutes.
Oh, this is like a spin class for kickboxing.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
And after you do stretching again, and then it's a great workout. And,
It's fun, man. It looks fun.
and no one's there to.
So
to
plug this
judge you.
website right now. What's this website?
Yeah, right there. I love kickboxing.com.
I love it.
That's exactly what their name is.
And what
burpees,
is your social media? How do people get to you in social media?
I think they just have to search my name.
What's your name? Put it out there, man.
Oh,
People are listening.
Sorry, Zaldy
Zaldy Villamarin.
That's it. Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. And I just have that's a great picture right there.
Oh, wow. They should. Yeah.
But that's what it does to you. It's seriously
That's
that's what it does
awesome,
to
man.
you. Like you lose weight, but again, I can guarantee you they also change what they ate.
Well, yeah.
You just naturally just get into it.
Do they have like nutritional programs here too on the website?
No.
Just
Not that
workouts?
I know. Yeah, it's just all
Yeah.
about the workout.
Yeah.
But that kind of comes after. Like even when I'm teaching like people, like
Yeah.
my clients, I just tell them
Mm.
really what worked for me because
Right.
it's my experience, right?
Right.
So, but like I said earlier, the key is to burn more than what you intake.
Right.
So, I'm sure you've heard of this before where someone did a McDonald's thing where they ate McDonald's but still worked out
Yeah.
and they were able to still lose weight.
Because they're offsetting.
It's it's because they're
calories.
burning more than what they're intaking,
Yeah.
and that's just the
Mhm.
worked out probably sucked
Yeah.
because your fuel
Yeah.
that you put in
Yeah.
is not the best.
Yeah.
But here I am preaching that I just ate like freaking whatever.
Oh, we had ribs for dinner.
We had ribs.
It's
for
Friday, so
dinner.
it's cheat day for me.
For you. I'm supposed to be fasting, but the ribs were freaking too good too. Thanks, Joey.
Well, what I'm gonna have after this is I'm gonna have that cake that Joy bought from Costco, and then I'm gonna have another cup of coffee. Yeah,
You just have a cheat night. That's it.
have a cheat 24 hours.
Okay, so you see, I just extended by another 24.
Yeah, but I can't because we do the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Between we start eating 12 and then we stop eating at 10, and then we change our workouts. I don't know if you've noticed, but we used to work out like at midnight.
Yeah, you told me before.
Yeah, we did. We because that's the best. That's the only time I can find.
Yeah.
It's like to work out late at night, and then there's nobody in the gym. And it's great too because it was great because there was nobody in the gym. It's all ours. We can
guess
do
so.
our workout the
Yeah.
way we want it.
Yeah.
But then when we started doing the intermittent fasting, to really take advantage of it, we had to
Workout fasted.
like do it in the morning when
I was about to say,
yeah. So we just started doing that.
Mhm.
We're both not morning people. I'm kind of more of a morning person than she is.
Mhm.
I usually wake up at 6, but we have to adjust it. We've been waking up at 4 in the morning, something like that, to go to the gym. But do you know what's funny about that is I go to the gym at 4 in the morning, it's still packed. And you see all these people that's intermittently fasting. They're all
Really?
there in the morning.
That's crazy. What gym do you go to?
All angry and starving to death,
I know, yeah.
pumping iron, man. You run in the treadmills. We go to Good Life.
Okay.
We go to the Good Life here in Edry.
Mhm.
Shout out. I want my free shirts.
Yeah, I know.
But the good thing about the Good Life here is they have a CrossFit area.
Oh, so like that.
And they have a
open
turf
gym.
as well.
Okay, yeah. That's
And
cool.
but it's huge. They also
Yeah.
have, the regular you know, club membership, gym,
Yeah.
whatever, right? But I like the turf. I liked it when we used to go at night because it's all ours.
Yeah.
Like we could use the ropes, we could use the what do you call those things that you push? Anyways,
Sleds?
the whole thing, the sleds, the whole the whole turf, you have it all to yourself, and you throw up. It's fine. No one was watching you throw up.
You pass out, it's all good.
But with now going in the morning, I couldn't believe how packed it was. Because everyone's intermittently fasting.
Yeah.
That's the thing now, right? So I guess, okay. So we've been trying that out. It's working out. I lost a lot of weight. But I don't like losing weight. I like to keep on the pounds. And
What is that number for you?
for me, I like being at 140. Because I'm short too, right? Like I'm a lot shorter than you are. The heaviest I was 170 something.
You got to 170?
No muscle. It's all just.
You could have just said it was all muscle. I would have believed you.
No. Do you have that picture on your Facebook with the? Oh, dude, I have this picture. This is what turned it around for me. I have a picture of me. I think it was Jane's place, one of our friends' place, and we were all having like a potluck or whatever. They cooked. It was like a whole weekend.
Oh.
And the camera was. Pretend the camera was right behind me, just like this. The camera's right there, and I'm sitting here and I'm turning around like this. And all you can see was layers.
The
right
layers
here.
of neck.
And this side right here was like spilling out off the chair.
Gotta love that.
That was it. So that was pretty much what turned it around
As I
for me.
stand up straight to get rid of the love handles.
But mostly it's because of my genes. Right, we have bad genes.
Really?
We do have bad genes. My dad and all his siblings, for the most part, they all had their first heart attack, and they all had their first heart attack in when they turned 48.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid that.
Well, I love how you actually reveled in it right there. Like,
That's me in Saskatoon, man, 2008, and then the one to the right here, that's
This year?
that's this year.
I probably still wouldn't be able to take my shirt off, but
Yeah, that was like early in the morning when I haven't had anything to eat.
when you're like all sucked, all dried out.
Yeah.
When
We
I
can
was
take this out now. That's not the one I'm talking about. Okay, but thanks for that, man. I appreciate that. A little boost to the ego.
When I was 152, that was when I probably would have walked on a beach without a shirt on.
Felt good.
That's probably the
How much are
only
you weigh
time.
now? Where you at?
I float between 170 to 180.
That's not
So
bad.
as soon as Tiana was born, instantly 20 pounds. But that's also one workout less.
Yeah.
Again, my body just latches onto water. And just like, I look at a piece of cake and I'm like half a pound heavier.
Do you
That's
take
just-
like supplements at all? Like vitamins?
used to.
And all that? Yeah. That helps. Like I find that helps for water retention, right?
I used to take, what do you call that? It was a fat burning pill.
Yeah.
That's what, I'm surprised I didn't damage anything, but I took it for a long time.
Wow.
Like, I think for 3 years when I first started, and I took it afterwards.
No surgery, right? No,
No.
nothing.
No.
See, that's what I mean, right?
No. Nothing. I mean, I still got a gut. I got a lot of stretch marks.
Yeah.
But, again, it's because how big I was. But
yeah.
for the most part, it's not, like, loose.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. How,
The
I'm
elasticity just retained it, right? Like, it looks good.
Thankfully, yeah. I mean, I still, like I said, with my body's composition, I think I held it everywhere. No really one spot.
You
So
gotta just find
it
your
was just
spots.
kind of everywhere. It's spread out.
Yeah.
So when I shrunk, which is kind of weird. So no, not like flappy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I still got I still got that, but it's
Yeah.
not like flappy.
Right.
It wasn't that that type. It's still chunk.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah, but it's got its elasticity. It's
Yeah.
not like just loose.
It's
and
not
just-
loose. No.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, man. So, guess how much I weigh right now? Remember I said I want 140?
You and your heaviest is 170. So what? You're probably 163.
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm 135.
Oh, I thought it was like a muscle. Sorry.
I'm 135, dude.
Okay, I'm bad with weight then, obviously.
I lost so much weight with this intermittent fasting.
Oh no, it works. Oh, totally. Like I've tried it.
I just don't know. I can't make, again, I'm not saying it's the thing for me. I'm just saying I've been trying it out, and I can't make a really informed recommendation for it until I can maybe give it a month or so. We'll see. And then a month or two after, see how my body feels. See, because I've tried everything, dude. I'm one of those guys who's when someone dares me to do something, I kind of just overextend that dare. Or when I think about something, I have to experience it.
Yeah.
I remember like years ago when you know, again, this is a horrible disease. Bulimia was you know, that was like a big talk. It still happens. I did that for a month.
Really?
Just to try it.
Oh, jeez.
Fastest way to lose weight. Works. But with doctors, my doctors had to talk to me and talk me out of it because my tongue was burnt. Like permanently, not anymore. It's healed, but it was burnt.
Because
like,
of the acid.
Even my
Esophagus.
trachea, my esophagus, and all that, they were all burned from the acid.
Yeah.
My teeth was kind of, it looked like it was
Eroding.
rotting.
Yeah.
And I had like
crazy.
stains in the back and on the inside. Yeah, so I had to stop.
Yeah.
I did pure vegan for a year.
Really?
Yeah, years back, because one of my buddies
How did
needs
that
to be on
work?
this podcast.
How'd that work? Vegan.
Yeah, pure too. No, nothing at all. Yeah, I did that for a whole year. I was dared that I can't do it for 2 weeks.
Okay, well.
I did it for 365 days.
Well, I guess there's...
Yeah, no, that was years ago. I tried that. I love my meat.
Dude.
It's, yeah.
I mean, I think for me now, I guess where I'm at this point is I can't say I'm like super happy where I am at. I'm happy where I'm at.
Health-wise?
Yeah, like I'm a fat kid at heart. I love to eat. And I think as long as I have the strength to working out, control how much I eat. Not what I eat, how much I eat. And exercise.
How you combat that by exercise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with where I'm at. Yeah, I'd want to be more like 165, 170. Like on a Saturdays, I'd like to be more 165, but I'm more like 170, 175. Again, it
still blows my mind how your weight fluctuates that much.
I told that someone to my coworkers. They're like, "Are you
mind.
serious?" Yeah. No. I have a pictures of it on my phone. A Saturday morning. Oh no, Monday morning. I'll be 185, and then by Saturday morning, 170.
What?
Yeah, and that's just running and eating. So
Your body must hate you. Your organs, like I'm thinking, like
it's more mental
Yeah.
to just get through the workout. I think
Right.
it's more that. But then once I'm doing it, again, I think that same thing is carrying out with me where I told you before, where because I'm paying for it, I don't want to waste it.
Right.
So I'll still work out.
You still like your sugar?
Heck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like, no, I'm not gonna eat the cake.
No.
Later. No,
It's too late for
it's
the cake.
Saturday and
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. Well, but like if you think about it, you say you're 24 hours, right? Eating. In the 48 hours that I'm eating,
No, I'm like to be. Yeah, go ahead.
in the 48 hours I'm eating, I'll have like maybe 2 to 3 big meals.
Yeah,
Everything else is just liquids.
yeah.
And well, the meals are like buffet, sushi,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's at least to get the craving out. Because
Yeah.
again, I'm not gonna be like a GQ model on a page. I'm not gonna be that type of take my shirt off, walk down. No, it takes a lot to. That's why you see actors, right? They get ready for a shoot. What do? They get bulked, whatever, and then after the shoot, some of them. One for example, Gerald Butler.
Yeah.
Right, you saw him from his Sparta to one of those pictures where he had belly.
Right.
It's a hard thing to maintain, especially in our lifestyle, how busy we are.
Yeah.
Dude, man, it's hard to get a workout in here and there. Look, you have to wake up early
Right.
to get a workout in before, so that means you get less sleep or you sleep earlier. Again, I think right now I can say I'm happy where I'm at. I'm still able to be a nerd and kick someone's, behind. And I'm still at that point where I can probably outrun 90% of the people that I know, or out cardio them. I would like to think. So I'm okay, even though I'm not where I want to be number wise. Joy made a comment earlier. She saw one of my videos from 2000, like 6 years ago. I looked more skinnier then, but that was 2 workouts and eating grass.
Yeah, pretty much.
So why would I put myself? I did put myself through a lot.
Right.
So at this point, it's more just trying to be happy with how I am.
Right.
I guess so.
What's your, if you could compact everything that we talked about today and your experiences in the last 16 years or so, what would you give your younger self, that 13, 14-year-old 265-pounder, let's say?
If I knew now what I did then,
what would you give him as an advice? First of all, were you ever bullied at school?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
big time.
Did you
especially
ever,
when I moved here to Calgary?
Yeah,
Winnipeg not so much because I grew up there.
Right.
Here, yeah.
Right.
I was beaten up a couple times here and there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what would you give yourself what would you advise yourself? If you could talk to your younger 13, 14-year-old self.
Anything or specifics?
Anything.
Really?
Anything.
About life?
About anything.
Well, first and foremost, I think I would tell myself to take my duty in the church more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
As a choir member then, I didn't really take it seriously. And that is probably one of the first things I'd tell myself. Just take it more seriously. Don't take it for granted. So spiritually, that would be it. Life-wise, I'd be like, yo, Z, get your together and do something. And I'd probably give the same advice that I would my clients is just sweat. Eat, but try to eat less. And maybe you don't get bullied like I did type thing, or maybe you get that chick to like you that you liked, or something like that. And maybe you get a different opportunity. But overall, be more healthy, right? But if I remember myself back then, I was pretty happy how I was too. Yeah, really. But if that's the advice, I'd be telling myself, take your duty more seriously in the church. And also, you know what? The other thing is, don't take your family for granted.
Right.
There's a lot of regrets I had later in life, and that was after I got married.
Right.
So my relationship with my family wasn't the best, but that's mostly my fault. Probably because of hormones or whatever, but it's just thinking you're king crap, you can get away with whatever. And there's a lot of times that I didn't get away with things. So, and it was those instances where I really did hurt people that I hurt my family. So I would tell myself, you know what, just don't take your family for granted. Listen, just listen, dude. Just freaking listen to your parents. Listen. That's it. So concentrate on your duty as a choir member. Love it even more. Get fit.
Right.
Be healthy. And just love your parents, man. Freaking love your family. And because one thing I know right now is, now that my sister is in California.
Still can't believe she's married with kids.
I know. But it sucks because we fought a lot.
Yeah.
And we never told anyone this, but we had a really major fight, me and her. And I said some things that I probably shouldn't have said.
Right.
Did some things that I shouldn't have done. And we patched it up, but you know, it was like we patched it up a couple years before she left for California. So we didn't really have that much time to really enjoy each other's relationship as brother and sister. So one of the things I majorly regret is being a D-bag to my sister growing up. But again, I'm not saying that it was all my fault. Again, we're growing pains, right? But again, the advice would be just love your family, dude. You know, don't take things for granted. And now that I'm getting older, you know, you start seeing things differently, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, shoot, like you have your kids running around like, dang. You try to pick up something like, oh, we're getting older,
right?
You know, so, and if another thing that I could tell myself is be yourself.
Right.
Don't conform to the norm, which I never really did. Just do you. You know, you like Transformers, go ahead. Go play in a corner with your Transformers. You know, if you like your Star Trek, go ahead. Watch your Star Trek, get your geek on. You know, pretty much all the things that I've learned over that, I would just say, yeah, there you go. See, don't be an idiot. That too. I'd probably end up with that. Just don't be an idiot.
That's the number one.
As I warp out.
Well, Z, I appreciate you coming to our show today.
No, thank you.
This was really. I've been looking forward to this, man. I've been looking forward to speaking with you. This was fun, and
great to catch up.
Man, I learned so much from you. It's just awesome.
We haven't.
Dude, we went from like we talked about puberty, growing pains. We talked about weight loss. We talked about motivation. We talked about Muay Thai. We talked about kickboxing. We talked about anime. We talked about gaming. We talked about family life. Like we talked about everything, man. We could talk more for hours. We just did 2 hours.
That was 2?
That's 2 hours, man. We just did 2 hours.
Oh, my wife is off to
sleeping.
Work now. No, she's off to work now. That's why I took the kids with me because that was fun. I think again, I appreciate the invite.
Of course, man. You're welcome here anytime. We'd love to have you.
Kept like bugging me, but
she's the producer. She wouldn't let me.
She's the producer.
That's the thing. She wouldn't let me call anyone.
Yeah.
She was like, "I'll do that. That's my job." But that's the thing. That she needs to be a part of it. This is the first thing I'm doing that she's actually a part of it. It's the first hobby I'm doing where she needs to be a part of it.
I don't know what to expect really, but I think it was great. I think it was a great thing. It's a great thing to catch up, obviously, because we've been so busy for the past years. But it's just a great. It's like almost like a mind thing. Like you just there's a release. There you go. That's what I'm trying. There's a release in this thing that I can see why you do it, and it's great.
It's fun, man. Yeah. It's addicting too. Like when I
don't know if I can do it to your level.
No, dude. When I do it, I feel like doing it again. Like let's get another person in here. Let's get another guy.
This is your
in.
Star Trek. This is your.
This is my geek out, man.
This is your pew pew.
This is my space pew pew. We'll end at space pew pew, bro. Thank you for having, for being on the show. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Joey.
We're out.